Hi everyone, thank you for joining us today on the Pine Creek Trail at Tonto Natural Bridge State Park. I'm going to start off by saying that this is a little bit longer video than I usually make. It's about 30 minutes long, and that's because the Pine Creek Trail is very different than the other trails in the park. Half of the time while we were on the trail, we wondered if we were even on the right path. It is very rough. It's not exactly like we were expecting when we took the trail, so I just want to show you the majority of the hike. If you have hikers with you that don't have good stability in their knees or ankles, or just don't have a lot of endurance, or even if you have small children that you're bringing with you, I recommend watching this before you go just so you know what to expect and see if it's the right trail for you and your group. I would not exclude it though just because you have kids, because elementary age kids seem to love it more than adults do, but it could be tough with small children. Check out my channel for videos of the other 3 main trails at the park, including the Waterfall Trail, the Anna Mae Trail, and the Gowan Trail. Each of those 3 trails are steep but very well maintained and relatively easy to hike. So that's what I was talking about. They all say no dogs on the trail. What?
5 miles long.
Half. 0.5. They just didn't put the 0.
Alright, misheard.
Is that still long?
Nah. It just depends on if you're going uphill. I will put timestamps in the description, so if you want to skip the beginning, well-maintained section of the trail and just start at the creek bed where it gets rough, you can do that by clicking on those links.
You still have my water shoes in your backpack?
Watch where you're walking. I think so. The first 5 minutes of the Pine Creek Trail is as expected. You're descending into the canyon, and it's relatively short. It's noted to be about half of a mile long. It's labeled steep and strenuous by the park. Hiking shoes or boots with good traction are highly recommended. Water is a must, and the park says it's the longest trail that they have, and it should take about an hour, but that really depends on the hiker's experience and the terrain at the time. The trailhead for the Pine Creek Trail is easy to find, and it begins from the upper parking lot viewpoint area. From that rim top vantage point, you'll cross the forested slope as you come down, descend switchbacks, go down some steps, and even cross a bridge, and then you arrive at the canyon rim. Initially, you may be walking on built steps or have some railings near the top, but soon that built portion will end and you drop down into the creek bottom, which is the majority of the trail. As we still descend the well-maintained part of the trail down to the creek bed, I'll give you some information about the park. The park is called the Tonto Natural Bridge State Park. It sits at an elevation of about 4,500 feet, and it's managed by Arizona State Parks. It offers a mix of forested rim-top terrain and the deep canyon of Pine Creek. The entrance to get to the park is off of Arizona Highway 87. It's just north of the city of Payson. For admission, generally the park is open from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. The last entry is around 4 p.m. The entrance fee for adults is around $7 to $10 a person. Youth is about $5, and children under 6 years old are free. The trails are all noted as moderate, steep, strenuous trails, and they all descend somewhat into the canyon. And the trails close about an hour before the park itself closes. The trails stop allowing entry at 4 p.m. The park lies in a transitional high desert forest zone, and wildlife here include a variety of birds, deer, rabbits, even javelina in some areas. The Interpretive Lodge houses exhibits about the geology, travertine formation, and even prehistoric use of the canyon. Down at the canyon bottom, the terrain becomes rugged with boulders, slick travertine rock surfaces, creek bottoms, stepping stones, variable footing. The Pine Creek Trail itself sort of disappears once you get down to the bottom of the canyon, and then it's mostly boulders and river rocks after that. It is not a casual paved stroll. It's more of an adventure with scrambling over rocks and constant awareness of your footing. Yeah, I know. It's okay. Just wipe them off.
You have to cross that.
I think this is the end.
I thought you said you had to cross a creek.
Maybe that's Anna Mae. We can do the Anna Mae too if you want. Don't you think this is... Is this the end? Probably not, right? Do you think we have to go across that?
What's that arrow say?
Oh yeah, it goes on. It goes on. It goes on.
Yeah, Asher's correct.
Oh, okay.
It goes on. Yeah.
Oh, that... Wait. That looks very muddy.
Yeah, so come here.
Wait, then where do we cross?
Definitely rocks or packed dirt. Because on the map it looked pretty long, so I would have been surprised, but I was like, well, that wasn't too hard. The creek level varied. In sections, there was just shallow water running over rock. In other areas, it was dry stones. The Pine Creek Trail is short in length, but it's high in effort. If you're watching this and thinking, half mile, no big deal, think again. The steep descent, the rock scramble, the slick travertine, the creek bed footing, all those things make it more challenging than an ordinary rim walk. But you'll see the reward is the surreal canyon interior and the arch above once you get to the bridge. It's just amazing. Direction to go. There's a butterfly right by you, isn't it pretty?
I'm sure this is still part of the trail. Oh, I see it like a sign over there, so.
You said you saw a sign?
Yes.
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
On that wall. On that big rock wall.
So this is very rough. You can see it's just climbing over rocks. That's the way we came from. This way we're going. From this point on, it was boulder hopping, stepping from rock to rock, often over the Pine Creek itself, requiring you to look at every foot placement. The yellow arrows painted on the rocks guided the route, but you still needed to choose your path carefully. Many boulders are uneven, some are wet. I feel like we went at a decent pace. You just have to be careful not to twist your ankle or lose your balance and fall onto the sharp rocks. Even grabbing the rock wrong, a lot of them were very sharp and could cut your hand pretty easily.
All right.
Is this the end?
No, it comes all the way out to the trailhead, I think.
Oh, yeah.
To the walkway.
Slowly.
I mean, do you think this is right?
Yep. Keep going.
A balance beam.
I'm just trying to think, where do you go after this?
It has to be the way this way. Close to the rocks.
Oh, yeah, there's a way, there's a way.
If you could just hold my phone, that would help. I don't have a pocket.
I am the king.
Good job, my son. See right there, the sun's behind you.
Don't move. I scratched my hand really bad.
Let me put it in your pocket. Give me your phone.
So I don't get a deadly infection. Okay, good. Alright, let's go. It burns. Okay.
I need to buy a healthy gloves now.
Careful when you jump down. Watch these rocks, Ash. Okay. You know, I would think there was no trail if there wasn't a sign up ahead. Like, my goodness. Okay, Asher might have to wait for a second on this.
What?
She did say that it's easy for the kids, but the problem is
I don't know rocks.
it's kind of like the off-roading trail. Like it says 0.45 miles, so it takes you 2 hours to get through it. Keep going.
What does that say? No.
Showing the arrow.
Why is someone drawing it?
It's gonna be Ash plus Chase.
Step on this.
He got it. He got it.
This is pretty
Ash?
sharp.
Oh, Ash from Ash Ketchum, and Chase from
You
Ash
might sit
Ketchum,
down
and Chase from Bridger.
and then put your feet forward.
What? Feet forward?
Yeah, and then come down that way.
Yeah, you're good with me.
Okay, there's a drop off here. Don't get close to it, okay?
Drop off. Oh. I've been about like 1 billion feet drop offs.
Here you go, let Daddy through.
Good job.
Right, left, right, left.
Take off the leaves and stuff.
I'm holding 2 cameras.
I know.
Why did you
That's
say
pretty
good
impressive.
job, Ash?
You are doing a great job.
It's easy for me. No, why can't I say if it's easy? It's easy. There's a big hole down there. There's a big hole.
It says go over it.
I should we stay on the right side?
There's big drops, so.
Oh, that way. Yeah.
This way. Or do you want you to stay close to the rock?
Oh, so there's the waterfall that we just were at. Right up there. That's the bridge we were standing on.
Yeah. That's a better view.
One of the shortest and most popular trails in the park is called the Waterfall Trail. It's only about 300 feet long one way. It's an out and back to a small grotto and a waterfall cave. You see a small waterfall, and then you can see a little cave that you cannot go into, but it's still pretty cool, covered in moss. It's a lot of stairs, uneven steps down. Takes about 15 to 20 minutes, but we are on the other side of the creek looking at that waterfall trail right now. That is the waterfall trail. You can see it coming all across here, and then you get to stand right in that waterfall.
Oh, I know why they had before. I got went up by the waterfall.
Why?
Because the water goes through little holes, and then it goes down. So if you look like at the leaves in the holes, there's the water flowing down from up there.
The natural bridge here is not a typical sandstone arch carved by the wind. Rather, it was formed by mineral-rich water emerging from springs, and as they flowed, they deposited travertine, which is a form of limestone, layer by layer by layer, eventually forming a dam across the canyon. And then over time, the creek carved through it, leaving the bridge. The tunnel beneath is reportedly about 150 feet wide at its widest, 183 feet high, and nearly 400 feet in length, and the thickness of travertine above the tunnel is noted at about 60 feet in park materials. Maybe this way? This one's flatter.
That's just one stick.
Yeah, keep going down. What's the rock?
Historically, the arch was first documented in 1877 by Scottish prospector David Gowan, who was hiding from Apache raiders and discovered this cave and bridge. His family eventually lived in the canyon, and the historic lodge built by the Gowan family still stands and is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. All right, I'm thinking we go this way, right? I'm just hoping we don't have to go through deep water, because I don't want to go back.
Actually, let me come here. Let's get close to the rock. And just fall in.
Yeah, these are not flat, right? Difficult to walk on. So we have creek here and the waterfall. Creek there. There might be, maybe, I see an arrow, so I bet we go around on the dry here. And see how there's some smaller rocks on the bottom, stay to the right, or go down and then go to the right. We live in the Phoenix metro area, and we moved here from the Midwest a few years back, and we are just amazed at how much there is to do in Arizona. Can you get through that way? And just how different each part of Arizona is. It's very, very hot, obviously, in the summertime, but from September, October, all the way through April, May, we try to get out on the weekends, at least a few weekends a month, and go explore somewhere different. If it's summertime, we'll head north usually. If it's wintertime, we might head down by Tucson or explore an area further south.
We'll go up like this. This will go down much closer to the trail.
So there's a sign here, though. I think it's this one. I don't think.
Yeah, it's that one.
Although, yeah, coming this way, it does say to for the arrow to go up there. So, but see that little sign?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's just go down. Okay, perfect. So 2 signs.
I gotta cut.
Well, somebody was
I
standing in
need
front of
water
them.
on my cut.
You got to cut? Okay, Daddy, pour water on him.
Let's see.
This park, the Tonto Natural Bridge State Park, is only about 2 hours away from the Phoenix Metro, which is pretty amazing. So there's a sign.
Hold on.
This is gonna be a. You wait, Asher. This is gonna be a big drop down.
Trail.
You're just gonna slide a little bit in, and Daddy's gonna catch you.
I'm gonna stay. Bye.
You're gonna put your legs straight down.
So.
You're gonna put your foot on my thigh, okay? There you go.
Now stand in that little cubby there, Asher. There. Now let Daddy get down. My right shoulder. Nope, baby.
Oh.
This way will be easier, yeah.
Okay.
Come this way. Come on this way. Okay, ready? Let's go this way.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't try to do this yesterday after we were so tired and after all the other trails. Hold Daddy.
Yeah. Oh, this is like the best trail.
You think so?
Good workout, yeah.
I just don't know where it ends, so
It is not gonna end.
definitely hasn't gotten easier.
It's not gonna end until we cross the creek. maybe it'll end after.
So far we've gone 0.26 miles.
0.26?
Yeah.
What? Our girls keep going. I think we're good. I can go a lot longer. But we have to go to 0.5. Yeah.
I don't remember. I'd have to look at a map if it was it might be 0.4.
That's 0.5.
Okay, fine, 0.5. Oh, yeah, that's true. We saw the sign.
Now I want to show you what they're close to one. Good.
This is an October weekday. I think it was a Wednesday. It was a couple of hours after the park opened. The weather was pretty nice, and I was honestly amazed that we hadn't seen anybody on this trail because it's one of the more popular trails at the park. I'm going to stop here just a second.
You said there's a creek up in there.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
That's a difficult path, you said.
Are there cuttlefish? Cuttlefish is so cool. Actually,
So you're going to be on top of this rock.
Have a good day.
Sir.
what's Fuji Butte?
It's a national monument that we went to, and we walked around. It's one of the ruins.
Watch your head. Come to the left side. Just underneath the rock. You use your left hand to touch it and walk to right next to it. Yeah, that's easy now. That's easy now.
Mom, look at all the trees.
Hold on, I'm trying not to hit my head.
This tree fell down, that tree fell down.
Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that one.
No?
Look at this one.
Yeah.
And the leaves sending the stick.
Careful, careful, Daddy.
Dog. Your dog's been over.
Definitely much harder than it looks. At least carrying a camera.
Now how far are we? Point what?
So far we have walked 0.34 miles.
Oh,
Come here.
We're getting close.
See on this side.
this is much better over here. This area here that we're getting ready to walk up to was a really pretty rock formation, and we stopped for a few minutes and took pictures in this area.
Pine Creek is the best trail ever.
I actually really like the one we did yesterday too.
I say Pine Creek is the best trail ever.
Pine Creek is the best trail ever. I think I'm even shaking a little bit though. Okay.
Good.
I'm not even that tired, but I don't know. My hand's a little shaky. So on the left here, if we continued on the path, I think that's the way we were supposed to go on the higher side, but we saw the path on the right here. And so we ended up choosing to go down. I don't think it was a big deal, but it led to a little bit of confusion here in a few minutes. We are very, very close to the bridge at this point. So we decided to go down around this corner here. Amazingly, we start to see more hikers. You think you can go that way? Does it look good?
We should have gone that way.
Okay, we can still do it.
Let's give it a try.
Let Daddy go first, he'll help you.
Now stay close to the rock. Hug the rock.
Did you guys come down on the trail?
I wanna go.
You're at the bridge. It's pretty slick going down though. If you see the shiny red rocks, they're really
They're
slick.
slippery, gotcha.
We went to the Gowan Trail yesterday, and it was pretty slick underneath the bridge.
Yeah.
We'll
We'll take our time. Thank you for letting us know.
I don't want to get a splinter.
Do you have a splinter?
No, I don't want to get a splinter.
Okay.
That's why I'm going slow.
Alright,
The-
now this is where the rock is slippery. Okay, so you have to be very careful, okay?
Yeah, so the bridge is to the right, but we don't want to. We're on the back side of it,
Whatever it's called.
or
Gowan.
front side. I can push over.
Oh, it's sad.
What you look so there are two things at this point that we were a little bit confused on. First of all, when we looked at the map, and I hadn't researched this trail very much, it looks like you go all the way around by the creek, and then there's this number 1 with a little picture of a camera, which means viewpoint. So, and it's right by the walking path. So it looks to me like this trail ends right by the viewpoint, which is by the walking path. So I thought, oh, it must take us right back out once we get over by the bridge. And so we were looking for the exit to get out, but we were still down in the creek bed, and we couldn't figure out which way to go to get out. The sign literally is saying to go back through this cave that we're in and to go behind us. So we are on the Pine. The Anna Mae Trail connects. The bridge is right over here. We already saw the bridge yesterday, so we're going to finish up the Pine Creek Trail. Creek's down there. I can hear the waterfall. And we're going to go under this really cool cave area. All right, let's go and finish up the Pine Trail. This was definitely a challenging trail due to foot placement
I still think
for all the
there's
rock.
gonna be a creek you have to cross.
Here's the second point of confusion. A few minutes ago when we went low on the trail around that corner, not a big deal, but this is actually, if we would have went high, we would have been coming into that cave area. So this is the same exact trail, but we thought it was like the way out back up to the parking lot. This is the end of the Pine Creek Trail where it meets the Anna Mae Trail. At this point, we have three options. First, we can take the Pine Creek Trail back the same way and climb over all the rocks again. Second, we could get across the creek here, go up the Anna Mae Trail, which we were not familiar with. Or third, we can try to climb over the rocks through the tunnel of the bridge and come out to the Gowan Trail, take that back up to the parking lot. Rocks. Pretty slippery, even though they're not wet. I could go down there, crawl over that, and go through, and then there's another trail on the other side. Follow Daddy. Just be careful. Just take your time. I'm just letting you know. Now, look at that. That is so gorgeous. We had been here the afternoon before and we hiked down the Gowan Trail and we went under the bridge on the other side. And my 7-year-old and I went as far in as we safely thought we could go. And then it just was very slick and steep, climbing up the rocks. And so we turned around and went back up that trail. We still decided we'd come in from this direction and just see if it was going to be any easier. Go in that small area and go up. The red colored slick rock that I am standing on keeps going up further. It's very high up over the creek and rock floor of the tunnel. I do climb up to the highest point and you almost have to slide down the other side of the rock and there's a drop off. If you slide the wrong way, you're going off the edge. We just thought it was too dangerous. So instead we turned around and went up the Anna Mae Trail to get out. Ended up being the best decision and it was very quick to get back up to the parking lot that way. Oh my gosh. Okay. That is... Wait, don't go up there. Asher, do not go up there yet. Okay. This is very high up. You saw the drop, right? Alright, here we go. Alright, this starts the Anna Mae Trail. My recommendation for an itinerary of this park, if you want to do all 4 main trails, is to take the Waterfall Trail down first, out and back about 15 to 20 minutes, then the Gowan Trail down to the other side of the natural bridge, check out the travertine rocks and the waterfall, out and back about an hour if you explore under the bridge for a bit. Then the Pine Creek Trail from the Trailhead where we started, go all the way down, you get to the other side of the bridge where we're at right now, and then don't plan to go through under the bridge, just go up this Anna Mae Trail here back to the parking lot. So in summary, start in the morning when the park opens. First, the Waterfall Trail. Second, the Gowan Trail, explore under the bridge. Third, the Pine Creek Trail, explore under the bridge, and then come back out the Anna Mae Trail. And that way you've hit all 4 trails and you've seen under both sides of the bridge. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Keep your footsteps steady, your camera ready, and subscribe to join us on our next adventure.